I'm making this video for a friend. Decided to post it. This is a tank full of live food for my fish, and in that cabinet I am hatching brine shrimp for the fish as well. The tank is a 4.5 gallon. It just has some leftover blasting grit and pool filter sand in it with some dwarf Sagittaria and hornwort and a pothos plant. There is no aeration, heater, or filter. It houses scuds, snails, and copepods of different sizes. I got all of these critters at a local pond. I travel there at least once a year. I try to get there more frequently to get leaves from inside the pond, a little bit of silt, some water, and I inoculate my tanks with it, including this one. So the larger things that you can see swimming around, well, let's look over at the broccoli. Those are scuds, and unfortunately there's a lot of algae on the glass, so not everything's going to be super clear. And then there are small white copepods called cyclops in there. They sort of move around with jerking movements. I feed this tank actually a lot of mulberry leaves that I collect in my yard and stick in the freezer. Feed it frozen vegetables. Anytime I have greens I don't finish that start to get mushy, I throw those in the freezer. There are some weeds I've thrown in here from my yard. I put in dried oak leaves and other leaves from my yard. They eat those. I put in leftover fish food. Every once in a while I will crush a few snails from the tank and throw them back in there. In the cabinet here is where I have the brine shrimp. I cut a hole in the back of it so that I could feed the cord through for the little light, and I'll show you that. Just your basic setup. I'm not using any heat or anything, but you can see it's 77 degrees in there, which is fine for hatching brine shrimp.